Right now we start with the ratio topic from SBI Clerk 2016. In ratio, basically 1 to 3 questions are asked in previous exams. In ratio, totally 1 to 3, minimum 1 question and maximum of 3 questions are asked in the previous exams. Actually, I analyzed based on 6 question papers, 6 original question paper, which actually came out in 2015 and 2014. In 2015, I analyzed 2 question papers, and 2014 I analyzed 4 question papers, and different sessions, that is morning session, evening session, like that. So totally I analyzed 6 question papers based on the 6 papers analysis. That is the 2015 question paper and 2014 original question paper. And these question papers from SBI Clerk and SBI Associate Clerk, both question papers. So based on that analysis only, whatever the questions are asked in the real exam, that is in the SBI Clerk as well as SBI Associate Clerk exam, whatever question asked in ratio topic, those questions we are going to see now. How we can solve it in a very easy way. Clear? So today I start with for SBI, this topic. Using this topic itself, you can prepare for the original SBI Clerk 2016 exam. So whatever question, and again I will tell you, from ratio topic, based on the previous examinations, 1 question minimum, maximum of 3 questions are asked in the exam. And again these analyses are based on 6 question paper, 2015 2 question paper and 2014 4 question papers. Now we will start directly with the question. What I do is, basically I dictate one question from the previous original exam, and again I will tell you exactly how many questions in the previous 6 question papers. Totally 12 questions from ratio proportion topic is asked. Totally 12 questions from the 6 question paper. And again 3 questions are repeated questions. 3 questions are repeated questions. So when I remove that repeated question, you will get 9 questions. So I am going to discuss all the 9 questions now. And out of the 9 questions, I will take 7 questions in the class, and 2 questions I will give it as a homework. So you try it on your own. Clear? So I will say, based on the difficulty level which is given in the exam, based on that level itself I am going to take the class. Now we will start with the class. Okay, now I will dictate the question. Just note down the question, because it's all the collection of different papers. Okay, now I will dictate the question, take down the question. This question actually is asked in the 2015. This question is from 2015, 25/1/2015, SBI Associate Clerk paper. Ratio question. Note down the question. The present age of Neha and Rashmi are in the ratio 7:8. The present ages of Neha and Rashmi are in the ratio 7:8. 6 years hence, the ratio of their ages will become 9:10. What is Rashmi's percentage? What is Rashmi's percentage? I will repeat the question once again. The present ages of Neha and Rashmi are in the ratio 7:8. 6 years hence, the ratio of their ages will become 9:10. What is Rashmi's percentage? I will also give the option. First option 36, second option 24, third option 28, fourth option 40, and fifth option 42. Fifth option 42. See here, the question is based on ratio. Question is based on ratio. First we need to understand what is a ratio. Suppose I have some boxes. People who don't know about ratio, for them I am telling the basic. Clear? Suppose I have some boxes. Say for example, I have boxes of, say for example, I have some boxes means, I say some 5 boxes. How many boxes? 5 boxes. Say in this 5 boxes, I have chocolates. I have chocolates. So let's consider each box consists of 8 chocolates. How many chocolates? 8 chocolates. Clear? Now, suppose I take 2 boxes. I take 2 boxes. This is for me. Clear? And I am giving you 3 boxes. Clear? See, that means I take 2 boxes means I take 2 boxes. You take how many boxes? 3 boxes. So this I can tell it as a ratio. 2:3. See, exactly I take how many chocolates exactly in counting? How many chocolates? 16 chocolates. Again in counting number of chocolates, how many chocolates you have? 24 chocolates. But if I say in terms of, that is I have exactly 16 chocolates, you have exactly 24 chocolates, but in terms of ratio this is nothing but 2:3. Is it clear? So that means I can tell in otherwise as I have 5 boxes, that 5 boxes I am separating as 2 boxes to you, and that is I am taking 2 boxes, I am giving you 3 boxes. That is, this I can say as 2 parts. I can say it as 2 parts. I am taking 2 parts and I am giving you how many parts? 3 parts. Clear? So ratio I can tell in terms of 2 parts and 3 parts. Totally how many parts? 5 parts. Is it clear? Ratio I can tell it as, this is 2 parts, this is 3 parts. Totally how many parts? 5 parts. So 5 parts I have totally, or I can say 5 divisions I have. Clear? This 5 divisions I am giving to you 3 divisions, I am taking 2 divisions. Clear? Or I am giving you 3 parts, I am taking 2 parts. Clear? So that is the ratio, 2:3. So that means you need to understand, wherever I come across ratios, if I want to know exactly how many chocolates I gave to you and how many chocolates I have taken, means in wherever I am given ratio like 2:3, I can say this is 2x, this is 3x. If I mention it as this is 2x, this is 3x, the meaning is 2 into something will give you the exact number of count of chocolate which I am taking. Clear? And 3 into x is the number of chocolates exactly you are given by me. Clear? That is you are taking. So that means 2 into x is nothing but x is what here? Number of chocolates which is inside each box. Is it clear? X is what? Number of chocolates available inside each box. Clear? So here how many chocolates? 8 chocolates. The value of x is how much? 8. So 2 into 8 how much? 16. That is I am taking 2 boxes, so I have 16 chocolates. And you are given how many chocolates? How many boxes? 3 boxes. So that is nothing but 3x. So 3x you are having, and you are having totally really how many chocolates? 24 chocolates. Is it clear? So this is the basic. Wherever I come across ratio, clear? Wherever I come across ratio, if I consider as 2x, 2:3 means I will consider as 2x and 3x. 2x is nothing but, if I don't know the value of x, I can say, if I don't know exactly the value of 8, I will write it as how much? X. If I know the value, I can say directly 2 into 8 and 3 into 8. That's all. So always, wherever ratio sums we try to solve, wherever they given as 2:3, then I consider as 2x and 3x. And again, one more thing you need to understand from this. This 2 is actually that is the original 16 value, is actually a multiple of what value? 2. You need to understand. This 16 is divisible by 2 or not? This 16 is divisible by 2 or not? Okay. Similarly, this 24 is divisible by 3 or not? So originally, whatever chocolates I have, that number of chocolates definitely must be divisible by whatever the ratio value. I have 16 chocolates, then definitely the number of chocolates must be divisible by what? 2. And similarly, 24 chocolates. You have 24 chocolates. This must be definitely divisible by what value? The ratio 3. This logic, if you understand, you can solve the questions very easily. Very easily. Even without writing with a lot of steps, you can, by seeing the question itself, immediately you can answer the question. Now we are going to see how we can do that. Is it clear? So now you must understand, wherever I am given a ratio, for example I am given 3:4 means you need to understand the original answer must be a multiple of 3. Is it clear? Suppose, for example, I am asking, this is A, this is B. This is A salary, this is B salary. Ratio is 3:4. Is it clear? Suppose it is given like this: 10,000 salary, 10,000. A salary is 10,000, or A salary is 9,000. Among these two values, which is the A salary? 9,000. 9,000 is the salary, because 9,000 is divisible by what value? 3. Is it clear? So always you must remember two things. Wherever ratio sums comes, I need to use X. Clear? And also I need to know the original answer must be divisible by the given ratio value. Clear? These two things if you remember, you can solve the ratio sums very easily. Now we will take up the original sum. Shall I rub it? Okay. Now we will take the original sum. Actually, what is the sum? The present age of Neha and Reshma are in the ratio 7:8. Now listen how I am writing. That is very important. Clear? Always in ratio sum, whenever you are given question like this, you need to write like this. Always write like present. That is, present is P. Is it clear? Present is P. Now here what are the two people? Neha and Reshma. I am writing as Neha as N and Reshma as R. Is it clear? Neha as N and Reshma as R. Now you need to understand what is the ratio given? 7:8. Present age ratio is given as how much? 7:8. You need to understand 7:8 means I can also tell it as Neha age must be a multiple of, present age of Neha must be a multiple of 7. Similarly, this Reshmi age multiple of 8. Clear or not? Okay. Then what is the next thing given? 6 years hence. That is after 6 years or not? So that means from the present age. Clear? From the present age, how much after years? How many years after? 6 years. Clear? After 6 years, what is the ratio given? 9:10. See, remember this question you can answer after reading the question itself. Within 2 seconds you can answer. After reading the question, within 2 seconds you can answer. But you may think, why I am taking lot of time to explain this? But after I explain only, you will come to know how you can answer in a 2 seconds. Clear? Now I'll take up the question. So present age is 7:8 ratio, and after 6 years the age ratio is 9:10. Is it clear? After 6 years 9:10. You know very well. This is the ratio given, and now the question is, what is the question? Reshmi's percentage. What is the question? Reshmi's percentage they are asking. That means percentage they are asking means Reshmi percentage is this one. Correct or not? Definitely Reshmi's percentage must be divisible by 8 or not? Sure. What are the options I gave you? I gave you option 36. What are the options? 36 and 24. Then I gave you 28. Then 40 and then 42. Correct or not? Now listen. Just listen. See, I know very well Reshmi's percentage is the question. Ratio is percentage. This is the original question asked in the 2015. Clear? SBI associate clerk. Now you need to understand. Here ratio is percentage is 8 times of something. Correct or not? 8 times of something. So 8 times divisible number is what? 36 is not divisible. 28 not divisible. 42 not divisible. Then what are the numbers divisible? 24 and 40 is only numbers are divisible. Correct or not? Okay. Sir, you may think, sir, you have two options. How do you get the answer? Correct or not? Why you bother about it? Just listen. See, you need to understand, after 6 years, what is the multiple? Age must be in the ratio, age must be a multiple of 10 or not? Yes. After 6 years, present age ratio 8. So the age must be 8 into something. 8 into something. 8 into x. Clear? Similarly, ratio age after 6 years, it must be 10 into something or not? Yes. Correct or not? 10 into something. So that condition must be satisfied or not? So I will check for after how many years? 6 years. So if I add 24 plus 6, how much you get? 30. Correct or not? Here 40 plus 6, when I add, how much you get? 46. So which value is divisible by 10? This 30 is divisible by 10. This 46 is not divisible by 10. Because after 6 years, the ratio age must be a multiple of what? 10 or not? Multiple means 10 times of something. Is it clear? 10 times of something. So accordingly, immediately I can come to know the answer is which one? This is the answer. This is not the answer. Correct or not? So by reading the question, in how many seconds I can answer the question? After reading the question, not more than 2 seconds is required to answer this question. Is it clear? See, this is the original question which came in the 2015. Is it clear? Now we'll take up the next question. See, using this logic you can answer very, very easily. Clear? Now I will give you another question again from the original exam. This question is from the SBI clerk 2014. Clear? 2/7/2014 original question paper. SBI clerk. Take down the question. 5 years ago, the ratio between the ages of Meena and Sita are 5 years ago. The ratio between the ages of Meena and Sita was 3:4. 5 years ago, the ratio between the ages of Meena and Sita was 3:4. After 5 years from now, the ratio between the ages will be 5:6. 5:6. Find the percentage of Meena. Find the percentage of Meena. I'll repeat the question once again. 5 years ago, the ratio between the ages of Meena and Sita was 3:4. After 5 years from now, the ratio between their ages will be 5:6. Find the present age of Meena. I will tell you the options. Option 1 22, option 2 25, option 3 15, option 4 20, option 1 is 22, option 2 25, option 3 15, option 4 20, option 5 none of this. After reading the question, immediately you can tell the answer. Only thing you need to know how you need to write like this. See, again, in the beginning stage only you need to write like this. But once you become familiar with this, once you know the method, then it is not required to write all these things. By reading the question itself, you can, in the mind itself, you can do all the stuff. And you can tell the answer. It's very easy to tell the answer. Only thing people have struggled to write. If you know how to write it properly, you will get the answer immediately. I will give you a clue. Just listen. I will give you a clue. I told you very clearly, always start with the present. So according to this question, they gave you previous year and after. That is after some years and previous some years they given, right? Ago is how many years given? They given 5 years. How many years? 5 years. 5 years ago. That is after 5 years from now they given. And okay, from the present how many years? 5 years. 5 years before or after? Before. It is given before. So before means you need to understand present minus 5. Correct or not? That ratio for how many people? 2 people are given or not? What are the 2 people? Meena and Sita. Meena and Sita, correct? So from the present age, 5 years ago, Meena and Sita ratio, what is the ratio? 3:4. 3:4. That is what given. And after that, what is the next thing given? 5 years. After 5 years. Again after 5 years. Again after 5 years is from the present after 5 years. You need to understand from the present after 5 years. Is it clear? So that means from the present after 5 years. Is it clear? What is the ratio given? 5:6. That is what given? Yes. See, but the question is percentage, correct? Whose percentage? Meena's percentage. This person's percentage I need to find out. Correct or not? This person's percentage I need to find out. Just listen. It's very, very simple. What are the options given? 22. Option 22, 25, 15, 20, none of these. It's very, very simple. Listen, just listen. They are given here percentage or not? They are given here what? Percentage. Suppose I take 22 is the percentage of Meena. Clear? Now this 22 I will write here because percentage. See, remember before 5 years. This 22 becomes how much? Before 5 years. 17. How much you get? 17. 22 minus 5, what do you get? 17. 17 must be divisible by what value? 3. Is it divisible? No. That means 22 is not the percentage of which person? Meena. Correct or not? Meena's percentage is not 22. Correct? Is it clear? Similarly, I can try for all the options given. Correct or not? So now I will take the next person. What is the next option? 25. Just understand, 25 minus 5 years. 25 will come here. Minus 5 years, what do you get? 20. 20 is not divisible by what? 3. That means that is also not the answer. The next option, 15. Correct or not? 15 is the percentage. 15 minus 5, what do you get? 15 minus 5 is 10. 10 is not divisible by what? 3. So that is also not the answer. Then what is the final one? 20. Remember, when I write 20 here, just listen, when I write 20 here, 5 years ago, what is the age? 15. 15 is perfectly divisible by 3. Again, after 5 years. After 5 years, what is the answer? 25 years. 25 years again divisible by 5. Because as per the ratio, before 5 years, ratio must be the original value divisible by 3. After 5 years, original value divisible by 5. Both are satisfying. Then what is the answer? 20. That's it. Is it clear? How long it takes time? Is it clear? One thing you must understand how to write like this. Is it clear? How to write like this in a proper way. Again, I'll tell you. if you really understand this concept. Maybe in the beginning only you need to write all these things, but once you understand the basic of this, how you need to write all these things, it is not necessary to write all these things. Within the mind itself, you can take the answer values. Okay, before 5 years must be divisible by 3. After 5 years must be divisible by 5. What is the value it is possible? Only 20. You can answer very easily or not? It is not at all required to waste your time on writing all these things. Correct or not? It is not at all required. You can simply you can answer the question. Is it clear? Now we will take up the next question. Take up the next question. Whatever the questions I am discussing here, everything is actually from the original SBI clerk and SBI associate clerk questions. Clear? And this is from the last 2014 and 15 question papers. Okay, take up the question. The ratio of roses to lilies in the garden is 3:2. The ratio of roses to lilies in the garden is 3:2. The average number of roses and lilies is 180. The average number of roses and lilies is 180. I will tell you to underline the word average. I will tell you to underline the word underline the word average. Clear? The average number of roses and lilies is 180. What is the number of lilies in the garden? What is the number of lilies in the garden? Clear? Now I will give you options. Exactly whatever option given in the exam. Option number 1, 144. Option number 1, 144. Option number 2, 360. Option number 3, 182. Option number 4, 216. None of this. Option number 5, none of this. Can you try and tell me the answer? Even if you don't get the answer also, I am going to tell the answer. Don't worry. But just try it. $140? Okay. If you understand the word average given in the ratio, then you will get the answer. If you understand the meaning of average, then you will get the answer correctly. Okay, now we'll solve it. See, actually it is again a very simple question. What is given? Roses and lilies, correct? So I will take the roses and lilies. What is the ratio given? Number of roses and lilies? 3:2, correct? 3:2. Now you need to understand, it is given the average number of roses and lilies is 180. You need to understand, average of rose and lily is 180. See, I suppose two kinds of flowers, their average is 180 means, then what is the total of the flowers? Two kinds of flower, for that the average is given as 180. Clear? Then average of two flowers, that is rose plus lily, number of rose plus number of lily, that average is given as how much? 180. Then what is the total number of rose and lily? 360 or not? So number of flowers of together divided by 2, that is equal to 180. So total is 360. So that means when I calculate 2 into 180 will be 360. This you can done in mind itself. It is not required. But still the people who are very poor in maths, for them only I am writing all these things. Clear? Okay. Now that means I know very well the total number of rose and lilies is nothing how much? 360. Is it clear? How I get the 360? Average of two flowers is 180, then total of two flowers is 360. That's all. You know very well. What is the question they are asking? What is the question they are asking? Number of lilies in the garden? Number of lilies in the garden. So this is 3x means this is how much? 2x or not? This is 3 times means this is 2 times. Correct or not? So number of lilies in the garden is how much? That is the question. So how do you solve this? How will you solve this? I know total is 360 flowers. Out of the 360 flowers, how much is lilies? Only 2 flowers. But totally of how many parts? How many parts? 5 parts. Totally of how many parts? 5 parts. So out of 5 parts, totally 5 parts is there. That is total parts. But only lily is how many parts? 2 parts. So 2 out of 5. Into how much? Total number of original number of flowers is how much? 360. When you multiply this, you will get the answer. So 360 by 5. So 36 means how many times it goes in 5? 7 times. Again 2 times. So when you multiply 72 into 2, what do you get? 144. Again, this is a very simple calculation. But for the people who are really weak in maths, for those only I just try to explain all the things. But people who know very well, you can, by seeing the question itself, you can answer it very easily as 144. Clear? Now we'll take up the next question. Which again from the same exam. Now take up the next question. See, some of you may not be understand why I am writing 5 here. 5 is nothing but totally 3 plus 2. How many? 5. 5 parts. So 5 parts. Out of that, lily is only 2 parts. So 2 parts out of 5 parts. This I am multiplying with the total parts. So that I will get only how many lilies. Clear? Okay. Now we will take up the next question which came in the same exam. The number of students in institute A and B were in the ratio 7:15. The number of students in institutes A and B are in the ratio 7:15 in 2012. Full stop. In 2013, the number of students in institute A increased by 25%. In 2013, the number of students in institute A increased by 25%, and the number of students in institute B increased by 26%. Then what was the ratio of the number of students in institute A? Then what was the ratio of the number of students in institute A to that in B in 2013? Then what was the ratio of the number of students in institute A to that in B in 2013? I'll tell you options. 25 is to 26. Sorry, 25 is to 56. 25 is to 56. 24 is to 55. 24:53. 25:53. 25:54. You want me to repeat the question? I'll repeat the question. The number of students in Institute A and B were in the ratio of 7:15 in 2012. Full stop. In 2013, the number of students in Institute A increased by 25% and the number of students in Institute B increased by 26%. Then what was the ratio of the number of students in Institute A to that in B in 2013? Options: 25:56, 24:55, 24:53, 25:53, and final option 25:54. So try to tell me the answer. Okay, now before that I will tell you one basics, because some may be not knowing the basics. Just I'll rub it. Before you try to solve the sum, I will tell you the basics. For any number, not only ratio number, for any number, if I want to find out the percentage, suppose, say for example, I have number called 200. Clear? For this 200, I want to calculate 25%. Then what we need to do is, I want to calculate 25% of 200, correct? Then I will simply multiply 25 by 100. When I calculate, I will get the answer of 25% of 200. Is it clear? Suppose it is given 200 is a value increased by 25%. Then what is the new value? 200 is a number value that is increased by 25%. Then what is the new value? Is it clear? Here when I calculate, I will get exactly 25% of the value. Clear? But I want to know, directly I want to calculate after 25% increases what is the value. Clear? For that what you need to do is very simple, the same number 200 I am writing here. This time I want to know after 25% increases what is the original value. After 25% increases what is the original value. Is it clear? So here I will multiply with 125, that's all. Along with the 25% you need to add how much? 100. So what you get? 125. So this 125%, that is 125% means 125 by 100. So this way when you calculate, you will get the old value plus percentage increased value together. Is it clear? Old value is 100% and percentage increase is 25%, and together what you get? 125%. Is it clear? So for any number, you need to use this concept. For any number, you need to use this concept. Suppose I want to know, say for example, I will give you some example. For example, I am going and purchasing a product. Let's say I am purchasing a t-shirt. The price of the t-shirt is 200 rupees. How much? 200 rupees. Now, the shop owner is telling me 25% is the discount. That means I need to know what is the discount, correct or not? So then I need to know what is the discount means 25% of 200 is how much? I need to calculate or not? 25% of 200, what is the value? Then when I calculate like this, I will get, what do you get actually when you calculate this? This 20 will go away, this 20 will go away, so I will get 50, rupees 50 I will get, correct or not? So So actually what is the discount I am getting? Rupees 50. What is the discount I am getting? Rupees 50. Is it clear? So for that question, this way you can calculate. Clear? Similarly, now I am taking this example. Same 200. Is it clear? Same 200. Now what happens is the price increases. The price increases. Is it clear? Now the price is how much increases? 25% increases. After the 25% increases, clear, what is the new price? Can I ask the question like that? Suppose you want to buy a toy. You want to buy a toy. Is it clear? Or you want to buy a book. Anything. Clear. But now earlier the old price is 200. But the new price of the product is nothing but 25% increases. Then what is the amount you will pay? Is it clear? Then what is the amount you will pay? I want to calculate that, right? So 25% is the increase on the old value, correct or not? So 25% plus old value, that is 100%. So when I add it, how much I will get? 125%. So now I will calculate 200 into 125 by 100. So when I do like this, how much I will get? This two zeros will get cancelled. So how much I will get? 250 rupees. Is it clear? So now the 200 is the old value. Now after the price increases, it becomes 250. Is it clear? So very simply you need to understand. Very simply you need to understand. Wherever I want to know new price. Is it clear? Then I need to calculate. I need to add 100% with the given percentage. Clear? Suppose exactly I want to know what is that particular 25%. Then you need to calculate like this. Are you clear? Now we can use the same concept for the given question. Clear? Now you need to understand before that. See, listen, just listen. This is 200 is a value. Instead of 200, I can even keep a ratio. Whatever ratio. Suppose 2 is the ratio. Then I will write 2. Is it clear? Suppose 3 is the ratio, then I will write 3 into 25%. Are you clear? Suppose I am given 5 into 25%. Is it clear? Suppose here means what will I do? Suppose the ratio is 5. Then here means what will I do? 5 into 125%. See, you don't have to bother about for which value you are calculating percentage. Whether it is a value or a ratio, you don't have to bother it. Simply do the same method. Is it clear? Then you will get the answer. So now we will take up the question. As per the question, they given the ratio as how much? 7 and 15 or what? 7 is to 15. Now I will rub it and I will take up the sum. First of all, did you understood this? Only when you understand that only you will be able to solve the sum. Otherwise you will not be in a position to solve the sum. Is it clear? Now I will rub it. Okay, as per the question given, in Institute A and B, what is the number of students in Institute A and B? What is the number of students in 2012? What is the ratio? 7 is to 15. 7 is to 15. Some people may be thinking, without knowing the original value, how to find the new ratio? Is it clear? You need to understand whether it is 70 or it is 7 or 15, or it is 70 or 150, or it is 700 or 1500. Whatever be the value, you will get the same answer. You will get the same answer means you will get the same ratio. You will get the same ratio. You can try it later. Clear? Now I am running out of time, so I cannot explain that. But you may have in your mind, it is not the original value. It is only ratio. Using this ratio, how it is possible to find another ratio? You may be thinking, but you don't have to think like that. You try later on. You keep 7 here, 15 here. Also, for that you take the same percentage. Similarly, you keep 70 and 150. You calculate the same percentage. Even if you keep the 700 and 1500. Keep the same percentage calculation, you will get the same ratio in the final answer. Clear? Answer will not change. Clear? Okay. Now, coming to the question, It is given very clearly. 25%. How many percent in institute A number of students increases? Now in 2003, 2013, what is the new ratio? That is the question or not? What is the question? 2013, what is the students ratio? Now you need to understand. In college, in institute A, how many students are increasing? 25%. See, after increase, how many students? After increase, how many students? 125% or not? After increase, what is the student? 125%, correct or not? That means I will take the 7. Listen, I will take the 7. I will multiply with 125%. Clear? So 125% means 125 by 100. Correct or not? And now the ratio symbol. Here ratio symbol. Now I will take the 15. 15 into how many percentage is the student increases? 26% means the new student will be how many students? 126%. Correct or not? So this will be 126 divided by 100 because it is a percentage. Always wherever percentage comes, divide by 100 will come or not? So 10% means 10 by 100. 20% means 20 by 100. Similarly 26% and will be added to the 100%, you will get 126% because the new number of students only I need. Correct or not? New students is how much? 126% of the old one. Similarly here new student will be how much? 125% of the old one. Correct or not? Now I need to take the ratio. Correct or not? People are wasting time like anything. What they used to do is simply people will multiply 7 into 125, they will get some answer. And they will multiply 15 into 126, they will get some answer. After that they will cancel. Why you need to waste your time? Don't waste your time. Try to eliminate whatever common values available. Clear? So firstly I can eliminate this 100, this 100 because it is a ratio or not. So I can eliminate. Clear? Actually the question is a very simple question. People who know the maths, they can solve it in just in seconds. Clear? And not more than 20 seconds. Not more than 20 seconds. Maybe you can, if suppose you are weak in calculation only, it takes time. Clear? Whatever be your situation, not more than 20 seconds. Maybe 10 seconds is enough to solve this kind of sum. Okay, now you take this. Now, whatever is common I can eliminate or not? So I can eliminate this 125 and 15. So when I eliminate 125 5 times and 15 5 times, here 125 5 times will be what? Only? What do you get? 125 5 times. 5, simply you are dividing by 5. So 12 means 2 times. That's it. 25. Correct or not? And again 15 is here or not? This is how many times? 3 times. Correct? Okay. Now you need to understand. Here 7 into 25. Here 3 into 126. You need to understand this 126 is it divisible by 7 or not? 126 is it divisible by 7 or not? Because 126 is not divisible by 5. If it is divisible by 5, I will calculate this 25. Clear? So it is not divisible by 5. So similar, then I need to consider only 7. 7 is divisible by 126 or not? That is 126 is divisible by 7 or not? I need to check or not? You check for that whether it is divisible or not? Divisible. Correct or not? So when you divide it, then what do you get? See, when you divide it 7 1 times, here it is 1 time and then how many times?
8 times.
How many times? 8 times. Correct or not? So now we are reaching the final stage. Correct or not? So see, remember 25 is to 54 or not? Because after this I cannot cancel anything. This is 25 is nothing but 5 into 5. This is 3. This is nothing but 6 into 3. No common value. So I will get 25 is the ratio, final answer. And similarly here is this side, how much I will get? 54 or not? That's it. See, and one more thing I want to tell you. One more clue I will tell you. This is a clue, just understand. See, this is an even number or not? This is an even number or not? There is a possibility the ratio also in the right side must be even number. There is a possibility the ratio must be even number. By looking at that, what are the two options will remain in the right side? Only the first option or the fifth option. Correct or not? Suppose my luck is only one option is in the right side is the even number, then without even calculating all these things, I can answer the question or not. Why I am telling so is, listen, there is a reason for that. Here all the numbers are odd numbers or not. So whatever odd number cancellation happens, definitely this side, definitely there will be an even number remaining. You need to understand this logic, because this will help you in the examination to do the calculation very faster. Clear? See, here the left side is all the numbers are odd numbers or not? But the right side, one of the number is even number or not? Definitely odd number will cancel only odd number, correct or not? That will never cancel the even number, correct or not? That means definitely the right side ratio must be an even number. Are you clear? So according to that concept, if you see the option, only the option 1 is possible or the option 5 is possible. See, you need to understand, suppose only one option is like that, means no need to calculate all these things by reading the question immediately I can answer the question or not. Is it clear? This way you need to think differently. Is it clear? I think you understand this. We'll move on to the next question. Clear? Till now, how many questions we solved? 4 questions. Okay. Okay, now I'll take up the question. Each question paper are from different books. That is why it is taking time for me to take up the question and dictate. Okay, now take up the next question. This question is from 2015, 8 to 2015 paper. 8 to 2015 paper. Okay, now I'll dictate the question. Sonal's age 4 years hence. Sonal's age 4 years hence will be equal to Radhika's age 5 years ago. Sonal's age 4 years hence will be equal to Radhika's age 5 years ago. If the respective ratio between Radhika present age and Komal's present age is 3:2. Komal's present age is 3:2. And Komal's present age is 22 years. And Komal present age is 22 years. What is Sonal's present age? What is Sonal's present age? Okay, sum number 62, that is in the original exam, the number is 62. Okay, now I'll tell you options. 33. Don't worry, I'll repeat the question once again. Now take up the option. 33, 32, 24, 26, 21. 33, 32, 24, 26, 21. See, this question again is a very simple question. You can answer by seeing the question itself. Shall I got this? Okay, I'll repeat the question. Suppose if you are not taken, I'll repeat the question. Sonal's age 4 years hence will be equal to Radhika's age 5 years ago if the respective ratio between the Radhika's present age and Komal's present age is 3:2 and Komal's present age is 22 years. What is Sonal's present age? What is Sonal's present age? See, maybe some of you may be thinking it is very confusing. It is nothing confused. Instead of 2 people, they given 3 people. That's it. Now we'll take up. Now let's see how I am writing it. Now present. Correct? Present. It is given. Sonal's age 4 years ends. That is after 4 years. It is after 4 years. That is present plus 4 years. It is given very clearly. Sonal. Correct or not? Sonal age 4 years ends will be equal to Radhika's age 5 years ago. 5 years ago means. See, actually it is after 4 years, right? So Sonal's age is after 4 years. I am writing like this for our convenience. Present age. So present age plus 4 will be here. Clear? So that I can write easily. It is given Sonal's age 4 years hence will be equal to Radhika's age 5 years ago. See, first of all 4 years and 5 years ago. That is given. So 4 years hence means after 4 years. 5 years ago means or 5 years before means I need to write as T minus 5. Correct or not? Here they are talking about Sonal and Radhika. Correct or not? Now you need to compare it very, very correctly, clearly. Just understand. It is given. I don't know about the age of present age of Sonal as well as Radhika. Let's assume that Sonal is years, Radhika is R. Let's assume. I don't know the exact age. It is very clearly given. It is very clearly given. Before 5 years. Before 5 years, what is the Radhika age? R minus 5 or not? Before 5 years, what is the Radhika age? Are you clear or not clear? Before 5 years, Radhika age will be R minus 5. After 4 years, what is the Sonal age? After 4 years, what is the age? Yes plus 4. Correct or not? Actually, now I will tell you based on that. Just fill up the values so that you will understand. Clear? It is given Sonal's age 4 years hence will be equal to Radhika's age 5 years ago. Is it clear? Now underline Sonal's age 4 years hence. Just underline that. Underline Sonal's age 4 years hence. Just underline that. After underlining, you know very well. Just listen. After 4 years, what is the age?
S plus 4.
In the underlined area, above that, just write S plus 4. Underline the area, above that, just write S plus 4. And it is given will be equal to. Correct? Underline the word will be equal to. Underline the word will be equal to. Now for the word will be equal to, simply substitute this symbol. For the word will be equal to, simply substitute the symbol. Is it clear? Then Radhika's age 5 years ago. Correct? Underline the word Radhika's age 5 years ago. Underline it. Then only you will understand. Radhika's age 5 years ago. What is the age? Radhika's age 5 years ago? Whatever, wherever you underline that portion, substitute with r minus 5. Now, what are you getting? Now what do you get actually? What do you get? S plus 4 equal to what do you get? R minus 5. Only when you follow that only you will understand. If you are not simply following and simply just looking at this, you will not understand. So it is very clear in the sentence, S plus 4 is equal to R minus 5. That is why they are given in terms of words like 4 years ago, Sonal's age. 4 years after or 4 years hence, Sonal's age will be equal to Radhika's age 5 years ago. That is not given? Okay. Now, if the respective ratio between the Radhika percentage and Komal percentage is what is given? 3:2. Now they are introducing another person, the third person. Correct or not? The third person. Who is the third person? Komal. Komal is the third person. Correct or not? And it is given very clearly. Present age ratio is 3:2. Correct? So Radhika's present age is 3 means Komal present age ratio is 2. Correct or not? Since I don't know the original value of Radhika, I am writing as R. Now they are given a ratio 3:2. This 3:2 is between which two persons? Radhika and Komal. And again, why I am writing 3:2 here? Because they are given in terms of percentage. So in line with the present, I am writing 3:2. Is it clear? I should not write 3:2 here or here, because the question it is very clearly given. 3:2 is the present ratio. Is it clear? And after in the question itself, they are given very clearly. Present Komal's percentage is 22 or not? Komal's percentage is 22. So now I know the original age of Komal is 22. I know very well 2 into x is 22 or not? I know very well this is 3x means this is how much? 2x. 2 into x equal to 22. So x equal to 11. Correct or not? 2 into x equal to 22. So x equal to 11. So when I substitute the 11 here, what do you get? 33. Radhika age is nothing but 33. Correct or not? Radhika age is nothing but 33. That 33 is the percentage. Correct or not? Now what is the question? What is the question? What is Sonal's percentage? Correct or not? What is Sonal's percentage? Now Sonal's percentage means I need to calculate yes or not. Just listen. What is Sonal's percentage? I need to calculate yes. Correct? So simply I know very well now the Radhika age is 33. R is 33. Correct or not? So wherever R comes I can substitute 33. So now when I substitute R here, R equal to 33. So 33 minus 5. Correct? 33 minus 5. What is 33 minus 5? What do you get? 28. Correct or not? Now S plus 4 equal to 28. Then S is equal to how much you get? 24. Correct or not? Because the plus 4 becomes minus 4. So when you subtract you will get how much? 24. So the age of Sonal. I want exactly percentage or not? What is the percentage of Sonal? Yes. What we actually calculated S equal to 24. So the answer is 24. So the percentage of Sonal is how much? 24 years. Is it clear? So till now how many sums we have seen? We have seen 5 sums. Okay. Now we'll take up the next sum. Just note down the sum. Can I tell you the next sum? Okay, first I'll give the sum. Okay, then you take down. 4/9 of the girls. 4/9 of the girls and 3/7 of the boys. 4/9. That is the meaning. 4/9. 4/9 of the girls means 4/9. Clear? 4/9 of the girls and 3/7 of the boys of a primary school participated in annual sports. of a primary school participated in annual sports? If the number of participating students is 302, if the number of participating students is 302, out of which 138 are boys, out of which 138 are boys, or out of which 138 are boys. What is the total number of students in the primary school? What is the total number of students in the primary school? I'll tell you options. 677, 691, 723, 649, 711. This question is also from the same exam. That is, this question and the number, the question which I dictated now, both are in the same paper. See, for this question, you may be thinking a lot of things are written here, right? It is actually they given these two things are equal. That is what given. Without writing this thing also, you can write directly also like this. Clear? So this is for your understanding only. No need to write all these things. Simply, if you wanted to write and do the sum, means only these steps are required. All these steps are not at all required. But this is for your understanding. Is it clear? Simply you need to understand this x plus 4 and r minus 5 are equal. That is given in the statement. Clear? Only these things are required. Again, even here also, when you know r, you can in the mind itself you can solve, process all calculations in the mind, and you can tell directly 24. Is it clear? No need to write all these things. This I am writing because people who are weak in maths, for them to understand, I am writing all these things. But all these things are not required. So simply I will tell you, only this step is more than enough to solve the question. Clear? But in the beginning, you need to know all these things. Okay, now we'll take up this question. 4/9 of the girls and 3/7 of the boys of a primary school participated in annual sports. If the number of participating students is 302, out of which 138 are boys, what is the total number of students in the primary school? Shall I write all these things? Okay, it is given. You need to understand 4/9 of the girls. We don't know how many girls, but out of the girls, 4/9. That is what they given. They mean to say. So simply write 4/9 of the girls. Clear? Similarly, they given and 3/7 of the boys. 3/7 of the boys. So we don't know how many boys, but among the boys 3/7. Correct or not? Suppose there are 7 boys, means 3 boys are participating in the sports. Suppose 9 girls, means totally 4 girls are participating in the sports. Is it clear? Okay. Now it is given in the question itself. Totally how many students are participating? How many students are participating? You know very well. Girls plus boys equal to 302. Correct or not? See, number of girls plus number of boys equal to 302. But it is given, out of which how many are boys? 138 are boys. So I know very well 138 are boys. Correct? Out of which 138 are boys. See, if the number of participating students is 302, that is what given. So total students participating is 302 and the boys is 138. Now we need to take the difference. That difference is girls or not? Yes. Number of boys for girls only 302 participated students. Correct? Now, what is the number of girls participating?
164.
I need to calculate. I need to take the difference or not?
You have to minus 138.
You need to take the difference. So when you take the difference 302 and 138, what is the difference?
164.
164. So the number of girls participating is nothing but 164. Number of boys participating is given in the question itself 138, and total students participating is given in the question itself 302. So using this two information, I am finding the number of girls. Correct? So now I know 4/9 of the girls participating is equal to how many girls? 164. And similarly, 3/7 of the boys participating is equal to how much? 138. Correct or not? Actually, what is the question they are asking? What is the total number of students in the primary school? That means, using this information, when I substitute equal to this, I will get number of girls. Using this information, when I substitute equal to this, then I will get number of boys. Correct or not? Because I know 4/9 of the girls are participating. I know exactly how many girls are participating? 164. That means 4/9 of girls equal to 164 or not? Correct? So when you calculate how much you get for girls, similarly, I know very well, number of boys participating is 3/7 of boys. And exactly what is the value? Number of boys participating 138. So 3/7 of boys equal to how much I will get? 138. So when I calculate this, I will get number of girls. When I calculate this, I will get number of boys. Then I will get the answer or not? Then I will get the answer. Correct? So now tell me what is the answer? What is the answer? Here when you cancel this 4 and 164, you will get 4 times 1, right? So that is 41. 41 into 9, how much you get? 369. Correct or not? So because this 9 will come and multiply with 41, correct? So the number of girls is equal to how much you get? Number of girls is how much? 369. Similarly for the boys, when you cancel this 3 and the 138, it will definitely get cancelled. So 13 in 3 how many times? 4 times. And balance 1 and 18 how many times? 46 times. Correct or not? Now the 7 will be multiplied with 46. So what do you get when you multiply? 320? 322. 40 into 7 will be 280 and 6 into 7 will be 42. So when you add it, what do you get? Number of boys is equal to 322. Now when you add both the values, that is the total number of students in the school or not? So when you add both the values, you will get total number of students. What is the total number of students? 691 in the option. Correct? 691 in the option. You need to understand, this step is not required. This you can do in the mind. Correct or not? This is not required. You can simply do it in the mind. Correct or not? So this is not required. Again, you need to understand this. You need no need to write. Correct or not? This is just for your understanding. I told you. Clear? That is not required. Is it clear? And you know even 4/9 is 4/9 of girls is equal to 164. Correct or not? Again, this 164 is getting cancelled. You can, if possible, try to do it in the mind itself. After writing this, try to get completely in the mind. Always try to do the sum completely in the mind. Clear? Even if you get wrong answer, nothing wrong in that. Then try it in a normal way. Clear? Then what will happen is your brain will start adapting the calculation very fast. That is, you will be in a position to do the calculation very very fast. But only in the beginning only you will feel struggle, or you will feel very tired to do all these things. But once you start doing things in the mind completely, everything will become easy. And I will tell you, all these sums, all these things, whatever I have written, all these things also no need to write in the paper and pen. Because you can remember everything in the mind itself, and you can start do the calculation. Is it clear? Whatever the extent, whatever the possibility, you are start doing things in mind, and you are not writing things. When you are not writing things, when you are not writing, that itself saving the time or not? to write very minimum. Is it clear? But for me to make you understand, I am writing all these things. But for you, once you understand, you can. It is not at all required to write all these things. You can do in the mind, because you know very well 4 nines of girls is equal to 164. Then 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So you'll get 41, and 41 into 9 is nothing but 369. You can do everything in the mind. So ultimately I'll get 369 or what? Is it clear? Similarly for the boys, again it is given 3/7 of boys is given as 138. Correct or not? So again the numerator 3 and the 138, when I cancel, I get 46, and again 46 into 7 will be 322. That 322 you are getting. Now finally you can add it. Clear? So try to do in the mind. Even if you are doing wrongly also, nothing to worry. It will be in the beginning stage. Once you start adapting this way, everything will be done in mind. No need of writing paper, and no need of paper, and no need to write anything in the paper. Clear? Okay. Now we'll move on to the next question. So till now, how many questions we have solved? 6 sums. Okay, now we'll go on to the next sum. Okay, take the sum. Again, this is from the original question paper. Clear? Some chocolates were distributed among 4 friends. Some chocolates were distributed among 4 friends, A, B, C, D. Some chocolates were distributed among 4 friends, A, B, C, D, such that the ratio of chocolates received by A, the ratio of chocolates received by A to those received by C was 7:9. The ratio of chocolates received by A to those received by C was 7:9. B received 29 more chocolates than A. B received 29 more chocolates than A. Comma, D for Delhi. D received 33 more chocolates than C. D received 33 more chocolates than C. If B received 15 more chocolates than C, if B received 15 more chocolates than C, if B received 15 more chocolates than C, how many chocolates did D receive? How many chocolates did D receive? Options: 84, 96, 72, 99, 87. Question repeat. Do you want me to repeat the question? Okay. Okay. Now we'll try to write whatever is given in the question. Clear? This is again a original question which came in the SBA exam, clerical cadre. Now read the information one by one. What is given? What is the first information given? Some chocolates are distributed among 4 friends A, B, C, D, such that the ratio of the chocolates received by A to those received by C was 7:9. See, it is given A and C receiving in the ratio 7:9. Correct? A and C receiving the ratio 7:9. Then what is given? B received 29 more chocolates than A. You need to understand, I know I told you in the beginning itself, it is a ratio which I can write as 7x and 9x. So 7x is the chocolate given to A, 9x is the chocolate given to C. Correct or not? Correct? Okay. Now you need to understand, it is given B received 29 more chocolates than A. Correct? See, for like this kind of statement like this, you can write B received what is given? 29 more chocolates than what is given? Than A. This is the sentence given. Clear? Listen. B means I will write B as it is. Received means it is nothing but equal to. The word received means equal to. Clear? 29 I am writing as 29 as it is. More than means wherever the more than word comes, you need to understand that is nothing but a plus symbol. Now I need to substitute the value for A. I know value for A is nothing but 7x. Just substitute 7x. Is it clear? So this actually tells you B equal to 29 plus 7x. Is it clear? So it actually tells you what you get? B equal to 29 plus 7x. Is it clear? B equal to 29 plus 7x. That is the meaning. Clear? Similarly, what is the next sentence given? Following sentence. D receives 33 more chocolates than C or not. That means how do you write? D equal to?
D equal to
33 plus C. That's all. D equal to 33 plus C. That is what given. D equal to 33 plus C. C is what? C is what? 9x. So I will write 9x. Clear? Then what is the next thing given? Then what is the next one given? If B received 15 more chocolates than C, then how do you write? If B received 15 more chocolates than C, C is how much? 9x. Correct or not? See, you need to understand always there is a clue given. What is the clue? When you read the question, people are thinking that it is a very lengthy one and number of sentence and maybe sentence are confusing. You may think like that, but nothing to worry like that. Once you write all these things, you need to understand. You need to think. What you need to think is where I can, which two equations I can make it equal. Which two equations I can make it equal. It is very clearly visible. B here or not. That means both two are equal or not. So when I solve, I will get the x value or not. Then I will get the answer for the question or not. Clear? Then I will get the answer for the question. Correct or not? So now 29 plus 7x is equal to 15 plus 9x. Correct or not? So I will substitute like this. 29 plus 7x equal to what do you get? 15 plus 9x. Correct or not? When this 7x comes this side, 2x. And this 15 when goes that side, 14. So 2x equal to 14, x equal to 7. Correct or not? So directly I can say x is equal to nothing but you will get 7. Correct? Now actually what is the question they are asking? What is the question they are asking? D receive. What is D? Correct? How much D receive? Very clear. D is receiving 33 plus 9 into 7. Correct or not? So what is 9 into 7?
63.
What is 9 into 7? 63. Correct? So this plate is occupied by 9 into this 7. So 63. Correct or not? So 33 plus 63, how much you get?
96.
That's all. Answer. You got the answer or not? It is not necessary you need to get panic or you need to get fear on the question after reading the question. Clear? Always try to write what is given in the question so that you will understand, then you can solve the question. And again, In the beginning stage only you need to write all the things. Suppose you are starting the preparation, you don't know anything. That time only you need to write all these things. Once you are familiar with the questions, then it is not required you need to write all these things. In the mind itself you can simply say, okay, these two things are equal, that's all. Then directly you will write this step. No need to write all these things. Clear? But that stage you will definitely you will reach only when you practice. Practice makes perfect, right? So you need to practice. So totally how many sums till now we have seen? 7 sums. All these questions from the SBA clerk and associate clerk. Clear? Now I'll give you 2 more sums, and that is for your practice. Just you try on your own. Clear? And this 2 sums also which actually came from the previous SBA clerk and associate clerk. Take down the question. Take down the question. This is for your practice. And again, this question also actually came in the original SBA clerk. This question exactly came from, I'll tell you exactly in which paper. This is from SBA clerk 23/8/14. Okay, now I'll dictate the question. Just take a note of it. Present age of Raksha is twice present age of Sonal. Present age of Raksha is twice the present age of Sonal. 5 years hence, Sonal's age will be twice present age of Arati. 5 years hence, Sonal's age will be twice the present age of Arati. 5 years ago, the ratio of the ages of Arati and Kiran was 5 years ago, the ratio of the ages of Arati and Kiran was 2:3. 2:3. Kiran's present age is 20 years. Kiran's present age is 20 years. Find Raksha's present age. Options: 45, 50, 35, 40, none of this. 45, 50, 35, 40, none of this. I'll repeat the question once again. The present age of Raksha is twice the present age of Sonal. 5 years hence, Sonal's age will be twice the present age of Arati. 5 years ago, the ratio of the ages of Arati and Kiran was 2:3. Kiran's present age is 20 years. Find the Raksha's present age. Options: 45, 50, 35, 40, none of this. Okay, I'll give you one more question also for your practice. This is again from the same question paper. Whatever the questions I am telling you, everything is from the original exams. Vishal invested 3/11 part of his monthly income in stock. Vishal invested 3/11 part of his monthly income in stock. Vishal invested 3/11 part of his monthly income in stock, and that of 1/4 part in mutual fund. stock, after the stock, write the word share also. Stock share. That is given here. I'll repeat again. Vishal invested 3/11th part of his monthly income in stocks shares. In stocks share. In stocks share. Okay. And that of 1/4 part in mutual fund. He spent the remaining amount of domestic needs and apparel in the ratio. He spent the remaining amount on domestic needs. He spent remaining amount on domestic needs and apparel in the ratio 5:3. The expenditure on domestic needs was rupees 2,100. The expenditure on domestic needs. The expenditure on domestic needs was rupees 2,100. What is his annual income? What is his annual income? Options: 84,480, 84,480, 85,480, 86,480, 83,480, none of this. I'll repeat the question again. Vishal invested 3/11th part of his monthly income in stocks share and that of 1/4 part in mutual fund. He spent the remaining amount on domestic needs and apparel in the ratio 5:3. The expenditure on domestic needs was rupees 2,100. What is his annual income? Options: 84,480, 85,480, 86,480, 83,480, none of these. So these two sums for your practice, and I want to tell you the options alone. Answer options. See, for the sum number, that is the sum number 8, the answer option will be 50 is the answer, and for the sum which I gave you just now is 84,480. You just practice. Clear? This is for your practice purpose. Don't mark the answer in the material in your that is when you are watching. Don't mark it. Just try to get whether you are getting the answer or not. Because you need to know whether your answer is correct or not, right? So for that purpose only I told you the answer key. Clear? For the sum number 9, second option. For sum number 8, second option. For sum number 9, first option. Clear? Okay. Hereafter, again similarly for all the rest of the topics which came in the SBI clerk in the last previous exams. Based on that, I am going to take the classes. So you can keep watching the video in the YouTube also. These videos are actually uploaded in the video in the YouTube, and you can watch the videos. You can also, if you have any clarities, that is, if you wanted to revisit the question, you can watch as many times as possible. You can also share your comments, and you can also share this to your friends, and also like the video.